The sharp scent of disinfectant hung heavy in the air. Dim fluorescent lights flickered in the dingy hallway as silence cloaked the underground floor of Helix Corporation's headquarters. A figure in blue slumped near the lockers, head resting awkwardly on the metal wall, rubber gloves still on, mop lying beside her like a fallen sword. She wasn't just resting, she was asleep. What she didn't know was that the man silently watching her from the doorway wasn't just another late-working employee. It was Ethan Marshall, the CEO of the billion-dollar company, walking the halls undercover. And what he would discover in the next few minutes wouldn't just change her life. It would change his. Welcome to Whispers of Kindness, where real-life stories speak louder than titles, and quiet compassion changes destinies. If you believe that kindness still holds the power to heal, rebuild, and inspire, stay with us. Because today's story might just be the one you never forget. The story begins. Ethan Marshall was one of the youngest CEOs in the country. Brilliant, ambitious, and razor-focused. But in recent months, despite skyrocketing profits and glowing investor reports, something had started to gnaw at him. He realized he hadn't spoken to an entry-level employee in years. He couldn't name a single janitor. And the last time he took the elevator with someone outside the executive floor, he couldn't remember. So, without telling his board or even his assistant, Ethan made a decision. He would go undercover in his own company, not for publicity, not for PR, but for perspective. Ditching his tailored Armani suits, he slipped into overalls and boots, shaved his signature beard, and became Eli, a night shift cleaner assigned to the building's oldest wing. He expected to see dusty corridors, neglected corners, maybe overhear a few complaints about management. But what he didn't expect was Maria. On the fifth night of his undercover experience, he noticed a pattern. While other janitors would take short breaks, laugh, or sip tea, Maria never stopped. Always moving, always scrubbing, always quiet. Until that one night, when Ethan came down to restock paper towels and found her fast asleep in the cold, cramped supply room. He panicked at first. Was she okay? Did she faint? He gently knelt down, speaking softly. "Miss, are you all right?" She woke with a start, eyes wild. I'm so sorry. Please don't report me. I just closed my eyes for a second. My back, it just hurts so bad." Ethan assured her, "You're fine. No one's reporting anyone. Are you hurt? Do you need help?" Tears welled up in Maria's tired eyes. "I work here from 6 p.m. to midnight. Then at a diner till 6 a.m. My son, he has leukemia. The hospital bills are..." Her voice cracked. She quickly wiped her eyes with her yellow glove and stood up. "I shouldn't have said anything. Sorry." But Ethan had already heard more than enough. That night, he didn't sleep. Instead, he sat at home, staring out the window, heart pounding. This woman was fighting a war with a mop and a broken spirit, and no one noticed. He pulled up records. Maria wasn't even on Helix Corporation's official payroll. She was contracted through a third-party cleaning agency, which meant no healthcare, no bonuses, no protections. And yet, she was the backbone of the building. The next morning, Ethan sent a message to his board. Within a week, Helix Corporation made a public announcement. All cleaning and maintenance staff would now be hired directly. Full healthcare, paid leave, and educational stipends would be offered. A new internal division called Helix Human would focus solely on employee wellness, regardless of rank. But that wasn't all. Maria was personally called to the 45th floor, the executive suite she had likely never seen. As she entered the room nervously, she was greeted not by security, but by Ethan himself, back in his CEO suit. She froze. You're not Eli." He smiled. "No. But Eli learned something important from you." He told her everything. The undercover role. What he saw. What she unknowingly taught him. Maria sobbed silently as Ethan offered her a new position, coordinator of Helix Human. Her job? Ensuring employees like her were never overlooked again. The salary? Triple what she earned before. The benefits? Immediate medical support for her son. Maria fell to her knees, hands shaking. Why? Why would you do this for me? Ethan knelt beside her and said, because you reminded me what being a leader really means. Within months, the change across Helix was visible. Employee morale soared. Stories like Maria's began surfacing. Janitors, cafeteria workers, IT interns, everyone now felt seen. Valued. Maria's son? After receiving the treatment he needed, he entered remission within a year. Today, he's in school, dreaming of becoming a doctor. She now speaks at company orientations, sharing her story, reminding new hires that no role is too small, and no voice too quiet. Ethan continues to meet with frontline workers every month, no assistants, no press, just one-on-one human conversations. His vision for Helix has changed. It's no longer just about innovation in technology. It's about innovation in empathy. This world doesn't need more CEOs in corner offices. It needs more humans willing to kneel down and listen. Willing to remove the titles, shed the suits, and walk the silent corridors where the unheard work. If this story touched your heart, share it. Let Maria's strength and Ethan's change inspire others. Subscribe to Whispers of Kindness for more real stories where compassion breaks the rules, and builds something better. It wasn't a press conference, a boardroom, or a billion-dollar deal that changed Ethan Marshall's heart. It was a sleeping janitor in a forgotten hallway. And a whisper of kindness that turned into a wave of change. Because sometimes, the most powerful revolutions don't come from loud voices. They come from quiet moments. They come from you.